let's just transition quickly to talk about what's next for the Mets. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle right now from our point of view, but a few minutes before the Edwin Diaz news dropped, it was reported that Kyle Schwarber is back with the Phillies for 5 years, so that's a big bat that the Mets are interested off the board. We know Pete Alonso is making his way to Orlando if he's not here already. What do you look at as the next priority and where the Mets go, Andy?
I think it's actually hard identifying next priority. You guys are here and you see like they've got a lot of irons in the fire. So I don't know if it's up to them what the next priority is, or if it's just like which deal's gonna land first. I think clearly there's already the relievers that we've been talking to. There's the starting pitching, trade and free agent market. The link between the Mets and Michael King, the starting pitcher, has been pretty strong over the past 24 hours or so, but there are other suitors there. And then there's all kinds of trade conversations that don't even trickle down often from upstairs in the suite where they're working down to the lobby where we're working.
He's got his finger on the pulse. I think that for me, looking at what they're going to do, I think if Mets fans think that Schwarber off the board is going to make the Alonso thing move quicker, I wouldn't hold your breath on that. I think, as Andy's reported, as it's continued to feel, it may be a little while for Pete to get to the point that he's comfortable to sign. I don't see that necessarily happening here at the winter meetings. There's still too many other chips that can be played. But I do think the Schwarber signing, if anybody really thought the Mets were going to be in on that in a big way and have a chance to lure him over, I never felt that was realistic. I felt that Kyle Schwarber wanted to remain a Philadelphia Philly. It seemed the right fit for him, and any other conversations he was having were conversations to see where the Phillies were going to land. So that one wasn't surprising to me at all. And I think actually clears a little bit of the noise for the Mets to continue, the pursuit in whatever that means of Pete Alonso. But I think starting pitching, as we've talked about ad nauseum already at this winter meetings, has to be the priority. And that looks like, I like the Michael King pursuit. I think he's a guy that's got great upside. I think he's a guy that can be brought in for what in today's terms would be a reasonable term. And reasonable for me is lesser years for a guy that's still young and has a lot of upside. And as we've talked about, some of the big guys on the board, the Alcantaras, the Mackenzie Gore, the Peraltas, those guys right now are still, I think, sitting out there with King's ransom being asked. And I'm not sure that David's ready to part with what it's going to take to get those guys, at least at this point.
Well, we already lost Andy, so I think that's a good sign that this should wrap up our breaking news coverage. We have a lot of questions, as I know all of you do, about this transaction with Edwin Diaz going to Los Angeles Dodgers. The good news is that tonight at 6:30 on Mets Hot Stove Live here from Orlando, we will have David Stearns joining us on set. We will also have the presumptive Mets closer, Devin Williams, joining us on set, so we can ask him about the situation as well. So be sure to tune in tonight at 6:30 as we go live.